everyone. I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors, and I am happy to be back with our Mystery Monday card making. I'm going to share my slides with you now. This card, if you were to look at it without instructions, could be a little intimidating, but trust me, you're going to have so much fun making this using just scraps and miscellaneous things that you have around. It was a lot of fun and much easier to do than one would assume. So you've already collected all of your materials from clue number 1, and I had posted that, like I said, a day earlier than typical. I posted that to the Facebook group and YouTube on Saturday, and that gave you all of Sunday to get all of your things cut and prepped. I hope that you join us even if you don't have your things ready and follow along. You can always cut as you go. So the second clue is to score your light colored cardstock. And it's going to seem a little strange because I'm having you score the 7.25 inch length paper at the 5.5 mark. And you're going to fold that over. And it's going to seem like it's really small. It's not really the full face of the card. Follow along and I will get you there. If you do not know how to score your paper, all you do is put it into your paper trimmer and measure it out. And then instead of using the cutting blade, use something like a bone folder, or I've been known to use the cap of a ballpoint pen, just something rounded that won't puncture through, and run it along in that guide where the blade usually cuts. And that will score it. It helps fold nicer and it prevents the tearing of the fibers in your paper. So now we're going to go on to clue number 3. And this is where you're going to use your background and textures. That's what a B&T is. Background and textures paper is paper that has pattern. So close to my heart is two-sided. So such as this paper has some little flowers on one side and big flowers on the other. This is a type of background and texture paper. I know other companies have their pattern paper is only on one side, and it's also different qualities of paper. So you're going to want to choose quality products when you can. But honestly, if you can't afford it, get what calls to you and what you can afford. Just start playing with paper. Have fun with it. And so you're going to take that background texture paper. You're going to attach it to that small little flap on your cardstock. And just using a flat adhesive, not your dimensionals or 3D tape, nothing raised, just standard glue stick, liquid glue, tape runner. I use our close to my heart tape runners for most of this. Okay, off to clue number 4. You're going to take your background and texture paper that measures 2x4 and put it onto the coordinating 2.25 by 4.25 plain light cardstock. Just again, you're running flat, so tape runners and all the others work really well. Set that aside, but keep track of which pieces are which. I mean, in a moment, you're going to only have a few components. It's not a huge deal. You can totally figure this out. I have faith in you. Clue number 5. You're going to stamp all over that last piece of white daisy or French vanilla, light colored cardstock. Okay, you're going to put your sentiment and you're going to put your image. And I know in clue 5, I had said to put it down below. I ended up not liking it. So I ended up stamping it onto a scrap piece of paper that isn't even light. It's actually the same as my solid cardstock color. But run with it. You know how you want that image to look. You know you're going to be stamping using all of your stamps or thin cuts or stickers, and figure out what sentiment you'd like and where you'd put it and how you want it. And this is the time to get all creative. So get it all decked out, colored, inked, and if you want, shimmer brush it, stickles it, whatever is calling to you. I took quite a while on this. I used a very simple stamp set this time, but I used a lot of color. I used, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I used like 9 or 10 different colors of ink on mine, all on one little tiny piece. I mean, it's only a 2 3/4 by 4 inches, so it's not terribly huge, but it is the piece that you're going to create that's going to pop. So we're going to take another minute and a half to work on that. I hope everybody's having a great week already. I am off from my day job for the week, and so I have done away with the clock system other than for this, and watched a movie. The movie I watched actually was quite enjoyable. It was The Walking Tall, and it's based on true story, and it starred The Rock in it, and a little bit of violence, but that's kind of how I roll. I like a little bit of action in my films, and so I actually did that as I did some cleaning in my craft room. Yeah, I still have some more cleaning to do, but I'm really close to being pretty much caught up. I've got the 3 projects that I'm working on for the next couple of weeks laid out now. I unearthed an older scrapbook that I'd been working but hadn't finished. So I'm going to focus on that and then work on trying to make progress on my travel scrapbook from when I went to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. And then I'm going to be getting ready for a new scrapbook project that I'll share with you next week. So, anyways, off to the next clue, which is clue number 7. Attach that lighter colored paper that you just decked out to your 2 3/4, your 3 by 4 1/4 colored scrap cardstock, using, again, just flat adhesive. You want all of this to be flat. You have the option of, if you stamped your sentiment on a scrap piece of paper and you've cut it out to a nice shape that you like, to attach that with some from dimensionals or 3D foam tape. I did, but it really didn't need it. So get that all attached, and then we're going to attack the more advanced, challenging piece, which is super easy. Don't let it scare you. Clue number 8. Take that white daisy that has the B&T paper on it. That's the 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and just set it on the bottom of your card. So you've got your tiny little flap, right? And then you're going to put that other piece that is not all patterned out, but has your background and texture paper. And you're just going to set it at the bottom of that card. So there's going to be a gap. You're not attaching it yet. You're just setting it there to hold its place. Okay. And then you're going to take the piece that you decorated and you're going to put adhesive on the top part and the bottom part, but not in the middle. And you're going to put it on your card top. So you're connecting the bottom piece with the top piece. Now you're going to put all your embellishments on. Add your sparkle, your glitz, your glam, or keep it simple. And remember, you can always go rogue. Okay. If it's just not jiving for you, you want to go rogue, by all means do so. But if you follow the pattern and you follow the clues, you're going to have something that turns out spectacular. Okay, 15 more seconds and I will show you clue number 10. I hope you're ready for it. It turned out so good. Okay, so here's my final card. So you see how it was a little intimidating. You know, you've got all these pieces. This was floating at the bottom, and you just set it there for the placeholder, and then you attached your top, right? So that you could really have this fun card. And you can go and, you know, write in it, sentiment, whatever. I added some itty bitty sparkles and some standard sparkles. So, like, here's a standard sparkle, and then here's a bitty one. On my arrows, I've got my little chevron sentiment. I did itty bitty sparkles, and I mounted that little chevron piece with some thin 3D foam tape. But again, it looked much more intimidating than it really was. So I'm going to put up clue number 10 again. You can post your photos of your completed works to the group, showing how you ended up interpreting those clues. I hope you had fun tonight. I will be back same time next Monday, the day after Christmas. And we'll see what the next card is. I'm going to try and actually get even further in advance and post on Friday what the first clue is. Talk to you later. Bye for now.